Good morning, traders. Today is Wednesday, July 6th. My name is Charles, and this is the Pirate Traders live stream. All right, well, I was hoping to get started a little early this morning, but I overslept. So there's a lot to explain, and I'm going to try to go through it very, very quickly. You may have to replay this a couple times in order to be able to understand it all, but here we go. Okay, so first and foremost, the market is in a balancing area right now. You can see that I drew the line here as the balance area high at 38.3350, and down here at 37.5350 as the balance area low. So the highest probability, if the market cannot continue higher today and it pulls back down into balance, is that we will rotate right back down to that balance area low. Okay, I know that that seems crazy since we worked our way all the way back up here yesterday, but literally it's like we either break out to the upside or we head right back down to the opposite end of balance to the downside. Okay, so that is the first thing that I am keeping a very, very close eye on. How does the market handle this 38.3350 level? Now, it's important to understand that this is nothing exact, right? Balance area is an art form, so it's not an exact level. I'm just eyeballing it. It's really anywhere in this general area. If the market is trading around and it's finding support this morning and it starts to head back up above yesterday's high, that is bullish for a potential breakout to the upside. Okay? So I'm going to, zoom right in here and talk about some of these levels. There's a lot of levels that I have marked right around this area. So I want you all to understand what they are and how to use them. First and foremost, we have yesterday's high. That is a potential support once we push through and the market pulls back down. We also have a poor high above that we left behind from the 29th of last month. That is a target to repair if we get above yesterday's high. So if the market opens, pushes above yesterday's high, the target is repairing the poor high up at 38.40, then pulling back down and testing for support at yesterday's high. Because of the balance area, we don't need it to be that exact today. If it pushes up and it pulls back down and it finds support anywhere in here, we're happy to go long for continuation to the upside. I would say the base of the spike up from yesterday, which is right here at 38.2150, this is a major, major support line for the market. So even if we pull down to here, I'm not quite bearish for a look above and fail yet, unless we break the base of that spike. If we break the base of that spike at 38.2150, I will be monitoring for continuation lower, keeping in mind that the highest probability at that point is that the market wants to head all the way down to the balance area low. So at the break of that spike, the first thing is, do we get support at the base of the K period single prints at 38.08? If not, we pull down to the base of the single prints at 37.96. If we don't get support there, we target getting to the opposite end of balance. Okay, the market opened above yesterday's high with a gap up and instantly filled that gap. So now we're looking for support right around this balance area high, somewhere in the 38, 33, 34-ish area. Okay, so that is the poor high repaired. Now we're pulling back down, looking for that support. Exactly as I just described. That's important to note. The base of the single prints down here at 38.42, likely to act as resistance. So if you wanted to be super cautious with a breakout trade, you could wait for the market to get above there and then come back down and find support and then buy that. Now, the big wrench in the whole thing today that I forgot to mention is the FOMC meeting, which is happening or the notes that are coming out at 2 p.m. today. Once those notes come out at 2 p.m., anything can happen. So obviously, when you're in a balance area, there's really only two potential scenarios on a normal day that you would expect. Either a breakout, in which you would look for excess to the upside, or a failed breakout, in which case you would look for a rotation to the opposite end of balance. But with what's happening today with the FOMC, anything can happen, right? At 2 p.m. when those notes come out, even if we're in the middle of a breakout, it could pull back in. Even if we're on our way to the opposite end of balance, it could turn around randomly and head back up and out. So today is not a normal day. Once those notes come out, anything can happen. All right, so we found support on that balance area high. That is bullish for a breakout. We also pushed right through the base of those single prints down, which was to act as resistance. So right out the gate, I am bullish for a breakout of balance. And I will be back to neutral if we pull back down into yesterday's range. Remember that balance leads to excess, so breaking out could give us a pump to the upside. All right, so now we're looking for support around the halfback, 38.42. If we get it, the target is repairing the week high at 38.56. We're getting some support at the overnight high, but remember, a breakout always pulls back down to retest. So I suspect we need to pull back for stronger support. Okay, no support at the halfback. Okay, so here we go. We're retesting that balance area high. Market is acting beautifully. This is just what we'd want. Do we get support here? Or do we get a look above and fail? Let's jump over and see what's happening with the Q. So the Q doesn't have quite as clean a balance area as the ES, but this was certainly a breakout. So I would call... Yeah, actually, right where I have it, the 11,718 pulling back below there would be a look above and fail. Looking for continuation lower. Okay, support is breaking. I'm back to neutral. Looking to test the base of the spike up at 38.2150. One thing that you will note about balance area highs is they are a nightmare while the market is grinding up and down over them to guess whether it's going to go up or down. They'll just grind and grind and grind and get as many people long and short as they can. So it's important to be patient and wait for confirmation. Of course, wait for confirmation does not mean don't get in a trade ever. Because remember, there's only two things the market is likely to do when it's dancing around a balance area high. Excess to the upside or rotation down to the opposite end of balance. So however it breaks away from this area, it can break with some violence either direction. So you don't want to miss the trade. You just want to be patient with your entry. And obviously not use tight stops. All right, so now I'm looking to see, does the halfback become resistance here at 38.40? If we push back through, I'm bullish once again for a breakout. We got good taper on the low. Daniel, sorry, I don't know when you wrote this. You said, let's say I'm already in a long. Where should my stop be? Well, it depends how much risk you're willing to accept. At this point, I mean, it feels like they're trying to break out. So if I was in a long, I'd want to stay in it. And I'd be willing to risk a little loss for that breakout. If you're looking for a tight stop, half back from the overnight, 38.28. If you're looking for a little looser one, the base of that spike, 38.2150, you want to be below there. Very high probability the market finds support there, if not here. In case that balance area high is becoming resistance, that's a little bit bearish. Still looking for support at 21. If we get support there and it bounces and we get resistance again, that is sellable for a look above and fail. Chirp, I've gotten munched at the top of a balance area. What does munched mean? Oh, chewed up. Okay, I get it. Munched. Yeah, that's what sucks about trading, doesn't it? The absolute best opportunities are usually the hardest to step into. You have to buy fear or sell greed. It's very, very difficult. But they'll make up their mind. They'll pick a direction. I just don't know how long it'll take. And you're absolutely right. You don't want to get chewed up in the middle. Got to wait for that confirmation. Okay, further resistance. Looking to test 21. See if we get some support there. Johnny, what software am I using? It's called Window Trader. There's a link in the description. Who's it gonna be? The Bulls or the Bears? Who is gonna win this tug of war? Tyson, is it still like $600 a month? Yeah, unfortunately. It's like $200 for the software, $200 for the data. It ain't cheap. But you can use any market profile software. Window Trader is just like the most advanced. It's like the most it's the prettiest. But you can use literally any market profile software. All you need to be able to see is how much volume trades at each price level and how much time the market spends at each price level. That's all you need. Got 180 people hanging out. Welcome, welcome. If you don't mind pushing that thumbs up, I sure would appreciate it. Makes a big difference for the channel. Also, if you do enjoy these free live streams, come on back at 2 p.m. today. I will be back then to watch the FOMC notes come out live with you guys. Listen to old Papa Powell do his thing, see what he's got to say. So make sure you come back at 2 o'clock if you want to hang out for that. But in the meantime, push that like button. So once again, same as before, if the buyers can get above the halfback, I'm bullish for the breakout. It's a little bit of a when what should happens doesn't, that they did not test that support. Tug of war. Tug of war. The retest of support, not resistance, Mateus. That was the test of support right there. Go back and watch those first 5 minutes. Remember, I said a balance area high is not an exact thing. Anywhere in this area, finding support increases the odds they're trying to take the market higher. So this is still a breakout as far as I'm concerned. All right, so all that data is coming out now. Give the bots a minute to fight over that. Huh, it was higher than expected. Am I crazy or is that bullish? We'll see how the market reacts. All right, creating a poor low increases the odds that we're going to come back down and repair that poor low. Screwball resistance at balance area high. I wouldn't call it resistance yet. I would still, it's like they're debating. Break this support. It's definitely look above and fail. Get above this halfback, find support. It's a breakout in between. Just let them play tug of war. Let them do their thing. Ray, I subscribed to your $10 promotion, but I'm unable to find the Discord. Go onto the website, piratetraders.io. Up in the top left corner, you'll see a button that says My Account. Click on that and log in. Once you log in, it'll take you to a members page. And if you just scroll down, you'll see there's a link that says Discord there. So all you got to do is log in. It'll automatically take you to that page. And then you just scroll down a little bit. And welcome to the brigade. Skewball, we had a gap. And the market is inside yesterday's range. It's a little bit bearish. Okay, we can call it a little bit bearish. So I'm certainly not looking to go short, right? Who cares if it's a little bit bearish? The breakout of balance is the only thing that matters right now. Do we break out or do we look above and fail? That decision will have implications right up until 2 p.m. All right, we're back above half back. I'm bullish for the breakout. I'm now looking for this area that was just acting as resistance to become support for continuation to the upside. If we break below 38.28, I will be bearish for a look above and fail. But at this point, it seems like the buyers are taking control of the market. And after 3 days of balance, it's not unheard of to expect some excess, right? 3 days of balance, balance leads to excess. So the next target is the repair of that week J period high at 38.56. Pavel, is it possible that until 2 p.m. we can't get anywhere? Yeah, it's door number C. It's like the third possibility. So, of course, it's possible, especially with the FOMC happening. It might be slightly more possible. But like I said, balance leads to excess. It's a market behavior. People have spent 3 days bouncing around in one zone. They're desperate for the market to move somewhere. So they will pile on in whatever direction it goes. So to me, the higher probability is that we start to pump. But if we get rotation, we get rotation. It is what it is. Jerry, what does the pink and white mean? If you're looking at the volume profile bars here, red is the highest 30% of volume that has traded so far today. Red is the highest 30% of volume. Pink is the middle 40%, and white is the lowest 30%. All right, so now does that previous resistance become support? Johnny Be Good, we just don't know when the balance ends and the excess begins. Well, like I said, today is a funky day because of FOMC. But if this was any other day, I would be saying this is your signal that today is the beginning of excess. The breakout is the signal. If you're confused about what I'm talking about because you're new to the channel and you're like, what the heck is a balance area? What is this guy talking about? Let me just zoom out here onto the daily and just show you guys real quick. So the market tends to be in one of two phases. It's either heading a certain direction, we call that excess, or it's rotating around, we call that balance. So excess leads to the balance, right? But then when you break out, the balance leads to excess, which then leads to more balance, excess, balance, excess, balance, excess, balance, excess, balance. I can do this literally all day. The market is constantly going through a two-way auction process, and when it breaks out, it gets excess, right? So what I'm implying that today could be, if we get the breakout to the upside, is it could be this day right here where we broke out of balance. It could be this day right here where we broke out of balance. It could be this day right here where we broke out of balance, right? Excess. It happens as soon as you break out. That is the day. Oh, no. All right, well, that's obviously bearish. Shit, that is a look above a fail. Boy, they did that quick. All right, so now we're looking for support. We still haven't quite tested it at 2150, where we still have that single print, which is the base of the spike up. And if they find support there and push back up, that resistance is sellable as a breakout. I mean, sorry, is a look above and fail. Elliot, time to change the banner to feeling silly? Not at all, man. I don't feel bad. Balance area highs and lows are notoriously difficult to call a breakout. They fuck with you, man, just like they are right now. This is the way they always do it. The tempo is tough, though. They don't give you even a second to get out of a trade. They just reverse on you. Privateer yesterday's lows before FOMC minutes. No, if it was going to be a look above and fail, it would take all day to get down there. But we could certainly head down and test the base of these single prints in the K and J period for sure. Man, the tug of war continues. Jesus. All right, well, I'm not buying it for the breakout again today. Fool me twice. Shame on you. Nick, wouldn't be surprised if we stay in this range until 2. It's possible, but again, to me, that just seems like the least likely scenario. Jit and chop until FOMC minutes, perhaps. Again, I'll just keep saying it. I don't think so. I think we're testing a balance area high, and they're looking to either break out or look above and fail. It's hard to time, but man, when that moment happens where it finally picks a direction, it'll move. Half these traders are going to be wrong and are going to have to exit their trades. So now I'm just in patience mode. Just keep reminding myself, just wait, Charles. There'll be a huge opportunity to make money if you just wait. All right, so it feels like the NQ, separate from the ES on its own, the NQ is being held up right now by this 20 moving average on the 15-minute candles. You can see both those lows in the B and the C period were made, or sorry, the A and the B period were made exactly on that 20 moving average. And we know that's not humans. That's not real people buying there because they think the market's going to go higher. That's just a bot. It's just an algorithm that buys every single time. So if that breaks, and that's what's holding up the NQ, you could look for it to pull down and test the balance area high down here around 11,719. And of course, if that breaks, it's a look above and fail. So continuation lower. Michael, to me, it looks like a look above and fail is confirmed. We have a good high with good taper. What's the confirmation you're looking for? Well, yeah, one time framing down would be a confirmation. Or like I said, I got to see us break that base of the spike, which we still have not even tested at 38.2150. When that bad boy breaks, I will be selling every bit of resistance I see. My assumption, of course, is support there and a bounce, probably into this area, looking for resistance there for continuation lower. That would be where I get short. Eric was streaming the whole day here. No, I just was so focused on my eyes were so laser focused on the market. I didn't even realize. All right, guys. Well, with that, I'm going to bid you all farewell. Au revoir. Wish you the best of it. I'm telling you, I still think that this market's going to make a huge move. Keep your eyes laser focused on this 20 moving average. Just like yesterday, look here at the ES, it tested resistance, tested resistance, tested resistance, and then as soon as it broke, rocket ship, straight up. NQ tested resistance, as soon as it broke, rocket ship, straight up. So I think the same thing on the NQ here could happen today. They break that 20 moving average, that is what will cause the failure lower, and we could get some serious selling. And then with the ES, as I've been saying, it's the base of the spike up at 38.2150. If that level breaks, I would be looking to sell resistance for continuation lower. As far as what would get me bullish to buy the market now, getting above halfback where we are right now, getting above 38.37 and staying above it. That's the thing. We keep pushing above there, but then pulling right back below. It would not be until I was certain we had support there that I'd be looking for a breakout to the upside. And until one of those two things happens, we either break the low, looking for continuation lower, or we come back up and find some good support. I'll just sit back and wait. So enjoy yourselves, and I will be back here on the public stream at 2 p.m. today. So I hope you all come back and join us then. Have a great rest of your day.